Hello against Rock Co-op. Today I will be leveling on Torchlight 3 a Forged combined with the Bane relic. It is finally time to do this weird combo. By the way, why is my stream showing oh, never mind. It was showing a black screen, which was weird. Sometimes it does that. It takes a while for it to pick up the game. But yeah, the weirdest combo, Bane Forged. Let's see what we can do with it. I'm gonna have to delete something. I'm gonna have to delete one of the other builds. So, that's gonna be a tough choice. Who do I delete? Man, why only 13 character slots? I'm probably gonna delete... tough choice. Let's delete the Bane train setup, I guess. And there we go. So the patch was delayed. One day. One day, if it passes QA tomorrow, the patch will come tomorrow. If it doesn't, it could be delayed again. But there were a lot of bugs to get fixed, so I'm actually happy to hear that that they're not hurrying into releasing a buggy patch. So that's good. That's good. There's a lot of bugs with movement skills and charge skills that hopefully they would fix. I am fine. I actually love playing on the test realm, so for me that's actually good news that the patch got delayed. I can level up another hero the quick way without needing to go through the story. So good news to me. After this build that's coming tomorrow, the one I'm gonna level up today, there will be just two more builds left for me: the Cold Heart Forged and the Cold Heart Realm Master melee. And those builds would be done on the live server, and they already confirmed that Snowstorm has passed. Snowstorm has passed the QA, so the fixed Snowstorm is coming, with Snowstorm doing damage with the next patch. Also, Quaus, welcome back, Quaus. Nice to see you again. Sorry for telling you that just right now. I just wanted to finish my train of thought before acknowledging your existence in my chat. But yeah, I think it's gonna be painful probably to level up this one. I'm probably gonna make it a spin to win setup, because it's easy to level up spin to win, but I will have to include Poison Dart. So yeah, how are we gonna do it? How is it gonna feel leveling up a Bane a Bane Forged? And I really want to put at least one point into what's its name, into Poison Dart. So I'm gonna decide on the skills after I reach my fort. Let's reach the fort first, and then if needed I will take some items from the other forged, from the electrode one that I've got on this account. Most likely I'm gonna have to get its gear here. It's gonna be a miasma setup, it's gonna be a summoner setup. I'm not gonna focus on doing damage with skills, I'm gonna focus on doing damage with summons from the relic and with my own skills. So it's probably gonna be boring seeing me level up yet another Cyclone build. But I don't have anything else that's viable for leveling up. I don't have enough cooldown for Vortex Bomb to make a servo driven Vortex Bomb build with the servo blade and Vortex Bomb, and I really don't want to make a ranged forged yet. So this is what we're gonna be using. We'll see. Well, we'll see how it's gonna work. Well, I don't think Cyclone is completely fixed. I mean, it still seems a little bit slower than it used to be before. So I'm assuming there's something more wrong there with it, but it's better than when it was completely broken, when it didn't move at all. So at least it's moving now, which is a it's a progress. It is some sort of progress. So yeah, let's go to the cheater NPC. Oh, I checked it when I played Shocknado Vortex. When I played Shocknado Vortex, we checked it and compared my old video with the new one, and it seemed like in the old one it was moving a little bit quicker. At least that's what it seems to me, like that in the old video, in my old build with Cyclone, it was moving quicker. But at least it's moving now. It's much better than when it wasn't moving, when it was super bad. So I could do Cyclone, or I could do something else like punches again. We'll see. I love Cyclone because it's very good AoE around me. I don't have to focus my damage in one place in front of me, like with the punches and with the servo. And with Miasma, it's nice because we're doing damage to things around us as well. I'm not gonna roll for many things here. I'm just gonna do it a few times. Okay, that's nice. I'm probably just gonna go and get my items from the other hero. It's gonna be much faster that way. Alright, I'm gonna quickly go to the storage. I'm gonna go to the storage, see what I've got in there, and whatever I don't, I will grab from the other hero. It's just quicker if I do it this way. In terms of spenders, Vortex Bomb is not the only real option, but it's my favorite. Some time ago I had, when the game launched, I had a very interesting ranged build where I was using the ranged skills, but I was venting with Fracking Strike. And with Fracking Strike you can just spam it. You can spam it and never lose heat. You can use it as a damage skill rather than as a spender. Because with the Mountain King Hatch, you get 50 heat back with the set. Mountain King Hatch. Where is it? Mountain King Hatch. I wanna just show you. With the Mountain King Hatch, when you cast... no, it's not the Hatch. It was the Lex. The Mountain King Tentacle Wheel. The Mountain King Wheel. You cast a vent skill and you get 50 heat back. You could just spam, and I made the build like that back then. And it was a ranged build, but it was venting with the Fracking Strike. But I don't want to do such a build right now. But it could be actually fun to do that kind of a build again, to see how it could go. But I'd rather have more than just mounting, not mounting kick hatch, but the it is nice, and that's why I want to make a Vortex Bomber build, where I'm getting the cooldown of Vortex Bomb to like a second, and spamming Vortex Bombs. That would be such a fun setup to do. Right, let me see what I've got in terms of Mountain King items, what I can use. So storage, be good to me storage, tell me I've got some good things in here.
Your pet has arrived.
I'm gonna consider this. I need Mountain King stuff. Got an interesting servo blade here. So I've got Mountain King helmet. I've got the shoulders here. And I've got the Mountain King's wheel, which I'm not gonna use, but I'm gonna grab it just in case. Got a chest here. And this one's nice as well. Okay, so the Mountain King Squirrels, should I go for White Maw? I could go for White Maw just for fun. And maybe Unstable War Arm, maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna want the helmet equipped. Apparently they've changed Furnace Blast. Let me see if I've got... I'm gonna do one thing here quickly. And put 1 point into Furnace Blast before the full respec. Actually, I don't think I can respec without the full one. Or maybe I can. Just gonna remove 1 point. Then put it into Furnace Blast. And I wanna see... Okay, I'm gonna have to do it. I just want to see how Furnace Blast has been changed. People are saying it's changed. I'm not seeing much of a change though. I really miss the old Furnace Blast. That was like Holy Fury coming from your chest. By the way, let's try something. I want to try something quickly. Oh, don't tell me it's broken. The Mountain King's wheel seems broken. Yeah, the Mountain King's wheel is broken because I'm not getting my heat back. Ah, such a sad story. Such a sad story. Let's see with the Vortex Bomb whether maybe just Furnace Blast doesn't trigger. I wanted to try a build where I'm spamming Furnace Blast. because it doesn't have a cooldown. Well, did you see Vortex Bomb triggered it? Let's see if Fracking Strike. Just quickly checking. Fracking Strike works. With Fracking Strike I can constantly spam without losing energy. But with Furnace Blast I can't. So Furnace Blast is broken and it just doesn't trigger. In fact, Furnace Blast is supposed to only cost 25 heat. But I can only do it 3 times with 100 heat. Well, okay, I'm not gonna invest into Furnace Blast, obviously, if I can do this. I'm not seeing a huge difference there anyways. So let's get into investing stuff. Okay. Spread of death. What if I use basic attacks with staffs? Enchanted staff. I wanna check it. I've got 17 more points. Now I'm gonna put 1 point here just in case for now. Let's see spread of death. I still like spread of death. And I can probably max out Arachnid Assault maybe, or at least get 3 points into it. We'll see. Maybe I can get Spectral Spider, but or maybe Spiderlings. I just wanna test staffing up quickly, so I'm gonna find the staff to use. I'm not gonna use this. I'm probably gonna use this. Where's my good damage? I had a good damage weapon somewhere here. This one. And I'm gonna need a staff, but until I find the staff I can just use whatever I've got. So 2-4, 2-7. Probably the one with more physical damage is the better. So I'm not gonna use the Mountain King wheel again. And oh, I'm missing the Mountain King gauntlets. Let me quickly switch heroes, transfer the Mountain King gauntlets. I really want those. I know the Shukneidu has the Mountain King gauntlets, but I'm not sure whether it's the low or the high level ones. So I'm gonna check both. And Pow Driver, welcome back to Pow Driver. So those are level 46, so I can use them. I'm gonna transfer this as well. And I might transfer this as well. I could transfer this. Still on the part when I'm transferring stuff. But yeah, with the patch being delayed, it's good news for me. So I can just level up another build the quick way. Okay, let's put some items here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anything else worth transferring? I don't think I'm gonna transfer anything else. Oh, maybe a bomb walker, but I've got better ones in my storage. Am I gonna go for Bone Razor Bomb Walker? Maybe I will. Maybe I'm not gonna use Venomous Maul and Poison Dart, even though I put 1 point into it. Tough choices to make. I will experiment a bit. First, I'm gonna experiment with the dart, although let's sort the skills. This goes here, this goes here, this goes here, and this goes here, and what am I missing? Poison Dart maybe? Maybe Poison Nova? I could put Poison Nova here. I'm gonna try and find the staff to wear, so I'm gonna go gamble for a staff. And for now, I'm gonna not use Poison Nova, but use Poison Dart first. If I get a good staff, I will try and use it, just to see. I just want to see the enchanted staff. I'm assuming it's like an enchanted rail hammer. Something that fights for me. That's what I imagine it is. Oh, that reminds me. I forgot something. I forgot that I've got an unstable war arm in my Shocknado equipped, and I can use that. Since this is not a cannon damage build again. The only thing that does cannon damage is the poison dart, and I'm not gonna use it for damage. I'm gonna use it for poison. That's all it is for me. I'm gonna use it just for poison. So I need this here, and I could put this there. Actually, let's put them in one place. Somewhere where I can get more than one item. Perfect. Arc powered hatch, another good thing. A lot of changing gear. I've just spent 20 minutes changing my gear from one hero to the other. But at least we're gonna be prepared and then jump right into doing damage. Where did I put all that stuff? There's some in 7, but first let's take this. This one is 54, let's take it. This one's higher level, let's take it. This one, let's take it. And here and here. So I can wear this, I can wear this. I don't need this. I'm gonna consider this here. I don't need this. All right. We are sorted. We are sorted now. Now let's go grab a staff. I want a quick staff. Any staff would do. I just want to test something. I want to test staffing up. I imagine it being like a spectral staff, hovering around us and hitting enemies.
Here for coin. Here for coin.
Can we get a blue one? Well, I couldn't get a good one, but at least I've got something. Something that could work. Now let's go do Fazir. You're saying that my stream makes an error when you try to watch it. It won't start. It's not on my end. I mean, I can show you on my end that actually I can show you if you can't see it, but on my end there is no error. It must be just you, Mystic77. Maybe try a new browser window or a different browser or restart your browser, but the error is definitely not on my end. But if you have problem on Twitch, try YouTube, but it shouldn't be. There shouldn't be a problem on Twitch. There definitely shouldn't be a single problem on Twitch. Other people, I'm sure there's probably other people watching on Twitch. I don't see the exact number. Let me quickly check. Yeah, there's people on Twitch. I just checked the number. There are people watching. Although, if the error happens to other people, do let me know. If there's anyone else who has that error, let me know. But it's not something that's on my end. I don't get that error myself, so I'm not sure what could be it. But okay, let's go. Let's go do Fazir. Let's see what's happening. So I'm gonna try and proc this one. It's very low chance right now because it's only one level. 1% chance. Seriously? They're only giving us 5% chance when you max this one out. I know it's on hit and I know it should proc a lot, but that's only with basic attacks. That's gonna take forever to summon. So when you max this one out, it's only 5% chance to summon an enchanted staff. I probably am not even gonna see this by the end of this map proccing. And why is it only with staff? Why can't I use some other weapon on the Forged? I guess the Forged doesn't have class specific other than the cannon. That's why they made it. No, I just summoned one. I just summoned one with 1% chance. So that's them. 2, 3 staffs. Actually, it's not just one. That's quite a few. That's quite a few. Let's play with the staff for a while. I'm gonna keep it up with the staff. Do I have to hit a poisoned target, or does it not matter what target I'm hitting? I have to go and reread the description. So, have a chance to conjure an enchanted staff which will attack enemies on its own for 20 seconds. Yeah, but you have to use basic attack and you have to be using a staff. It's very, very underwhelming if I don't have a one-handed option with this. With the Disc Mage, you always have the option to use a Digitus, regardless what relic you select. With the Realm Master, you always have the option to use a Rail Hammer. And with the Sharpshooter, you always have the option to use a bow. With Forged, you're fucked. You don't have another option other than the built-in one. And that's pretty underwhelming. Poor Forged, yet again he's left out. I know the Forged doesn't have a one-handed or two-handed built-in weapon other than the cannon, but it feels sad when if I were to play with a Disc Mage, I could use a Digitus. If I were to play with the Sharpshooter, I could use a bow, basic attack, and still get this one to summon. And on the Realm Master, I could use a Rail Hammer. Alright, let's start spinning. And let's get rid of the Staffing Cup. I'm not gonna go for Staffing Cup. It's been decided. First, we're getting rid of White Mole. And over here I'm probably gonna put... Actually, let's keep White Mole. Let's keep White Mole, but what am I wearing? I'm wearing Arc-Powered Hatch. I don't have an idea what to use there. Arc-Powered Shoulders, perfect. Maybe Bone Razor, Bone Walker. Actually, I don't have the Bone Razor on this server. Oh, that sucks. sucks big time. If only I had the Bone Razor. Alright, that's what we're going for. You can stack a ton of defense, by the way. With this is the build that can stack a ton of defense, not damage reduction, defense. You get defense from Poison Nova. You get defense from Power Projection. And I think there was one more thing that could give you defense. Was it Miasma? I think Miasma also gives you defense. So Miasma gives you 50%, Poison Nova gives you 50%, and Power Projection gives you 50% defense. So you can get 150% defense with this build.
You can't cast that here.
On top of yours. So if you stack a lot of defense with this setup, you're gonna be pretty beefy. Of course, you need to have a good base. If you don't have a good base, and if you focus on block chance and evasion, you probably are not gonna be as tanky. But block chance and evasion by themselves are pretty good. So there's one way to go. One way to go is all-in defense and stack a ton of it. The other way to go is all-in evasion and block chance, stack a ton of those, and then rely on buffs for defense. And have like a mediocre defense base that gets boosted into a decent one with the buffs. You can even rotate the buffs if you don't want to stack them at the same time, if it seems like an overkill to have the 150% up at the same time. You can use the Poison Nova. You can use the Poison Nova when Miasma is not active, and then use Miasma when Poison Nova or Power Projection is not active. It's not bad though, it's actually pretty fun to play this one. I'm thinking it might be a decent experience, probably a little bit slow to damage and level up, probably, we'll see. I stayed until 2:30 last night leveling up, and then I stayed until 3 in the morning trying to get the what's it called, the Molten Reach to drop from the cheater NPC. So I spent like 30 minutes trying to get the cheater NPC to give me Molten Reach, and it didn't give me the Molten Reach. I guess it has been removed from the test realm, from the drop table of the cheater NPC. Pretty sad stuff, because I really wanted the Molten Reach for my build yesterday. The same way a Bone Razor would be perfect for this build. They should just change this cheater NPC to an NPC that allows you to pick any item in the game, any legendary. Like have a list of the legendaries and pick them, or just unlock every single power in the legendarium on the test server. On the test server, just unlock all the powers and let people not worry about whether they have a certain power. Because we're here to test, and I've reported a few bugs already just by having the chance to test without needing to level up and starting from 46. If I didn't have this, the bugs I found the past few days, it probably would have taken me 2-3 weeks to find them, because I would have needed this much time to level up this many heroes. Let's see. Netherwell maybe? Let's go Netherwell. But yeah, it would be amazing if once you talk to the cheater NPC, it unlocks every single legendary on power for you. For the next time they give us the test realm with the next big patch in a month or two. Like this. Okay, I was pressing the wrong button. I was pressing E when I needed to press R. I was wondering why it wasn't activating my miasma. Hopefully it gives me good gauntlet goblin maps for XP.
Leveled up.
What's here? More purples. Yeah, time for big spider. Big mama spider. Saying Big Mama, I kind of don't know why. I remember Johnny Bravo and his was it Hey Mama or something like that line. I'm wondering what happened. Apparently, some time ago, a few years back, they were planning on making a live-action Johnny Bravo, which probably would have been a disaster. But it could have been fun if done right. I guess they gave up on it. Austasi says Forge would be fun to play if it had more mobility. This is just too slow. Yeah, it was very fun to play in the alpha. In the alpha, if you max out Cyclone mode, you could get 25% permanent movement speed buff. 25% permanent movement speed buff, and it was amazing. But you didn't have ramming robot on charges. Ramming robot was just on one cooldown. Back then. Back then, no skills had charges like now. I'm not sure about the Family Guy creator. Wasn't the Family Guy creator Seth MacFarlane? Or was he just a producer there? I know Johnny Bravo might have been one of the things one of the Bulgarian animators made. I'm pretty sure about Dexter's Laboratory and Cow and Chicken being made by a person from my country who's actually living in the US. He just has a Bulgarian ancestry. I forgot the name of the guy, but I'm pretty sure there was a Bulgarian person involved with Dexter's Laboratory and Cow and Chicken. And I'm not sure whether he was involved with Johnny Bravo, but yeah, Johnny Bravo would be fun as a live action movie. Because it fits, you don't need to try too hard, you just need to find someone that looks the part. Big bulky blonde guy. And if he matches the voice, even better, because the voice of Johnny Bravo was so unique. They could even make it a series, Netflix series or Amazon series. Come on, Jeff Bezos. He's the man to do it. I can't wait to start watching the second season of The Boys. I keep forgetting about that season being out now, or at least the first episode or so. I really love the first season of The Boys on Amazon Prime, on Prime Video or whatever it's called. In 2020, a dude just catcalling cheats, not sure it's the right time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not the right time. They could make a twist on it to show this is not how you do it. This is bad behavior. They could see how this leads to bad consequences. And then they could spin it, get that moral of the story. Don't be like Johnny Bravo, something like that. But yeah, probably not the right time to make such a show. Let's see. If the motto isn't be like Johnny, don't even bother. I see what you mean there. Yeah. I mean, isn't the whole show, isn't the whole animation supposed to be just like that? To show you how him being the way he is doesn't work out for him, and he never gets a happy ending. No, no pun intended here. No pun intended here. Because that's how I remember the animation. I've got a vague memory about it, but I remember that he always failed in the end with whatever chick he was after. Unless there's an episode I might have missed where he actually succeeds. Yeah, he never gets the girl. But I'm surprised on Ridiculous. I expected to have much more trouble with this build. I guess the way they've reworked Bane, it really works for such a build, with all the damage reduction and defenses. I mean, I can face tank this shit. I'm not saying my damage is great, but at least my survivability is pretty decent. I mean, 5 skills that give me 50% defense is just a lot. A lot of defense right out of the blue. Now I need damage legs like those ones, but for those I need few more levels. I could socket, not socket, I could swat the arc powered hatch and then get this one equipped. What about this bomb blocker? Is it better? Chance to poison. Oh yeah, chance to poison. Works pretty nice for me. No electric defense, but it's fine. I'm gonna start picking all the leg armor, even if it's green, until I find something worth it. You're saying that Bane felt the strongest in terms of DPS. Well, it could be because it's not just you doing damage, there's many other things doing damage alongside you. I need a respec, by the way. Instead of staffing up, I'm thinking spiders. Feel free to suggest. If you want me to test something, feel free to suggest it. I could equip a good weapon, a good cannon, and should I just put 1 point here, just 1 point, and then eventually a point here? Okay, let's get 2 points here. But eventually I need 7 more points here. That would bring me to level 54. And then I've got 6 more points. Let's say I put 3 more points here and maybe 3 more points here. Oh, I didn't max out Cyclone mode. Big mistake. Big mistake. Let's fix it. I was wondering what's happening, why Cyclone mode is not doing this much damage. I thought it was level 10. I really thought I put 10 points in it. I must have forgotten to do so. Well, let's get Strong Tusk. My thoughts on the $60 early access for Baldur's Gate 3. My thoughts are, it's not for everyone. That's my thoughts. $60 early access Baldur's Gate 3 is not for everyone. I think it's a good investment if you love the genre, if you love the playstyle. If you, because you're not gonna get a cheaper price in the early access. This is the full price of the release. But you're getting to play the game early, you're getting to give them feedback, and maybe they would take the feedback of the players and change the game based on that feedback, the same way Torchlight 3 has done during its alpha, beta, and early access beta. I don't know how Arian is when it comes to soaking up feedback, but if they are soaking up half as much feedback as Extra is when it comes to Torchlight 3, then it would be fun. Then I would love to send them feedback and ideas and be a part of the community that shapes the game. If they want to use the early access the way it needs to be used, to listen to ideas from and feedback from the players. I mean, $60 to many would seem like a huge price for something that can only offer 25 hours of playtime of the story, but there's still a lot of replayability. You have different races, you have different classes, so even if it's just Act 1 for now, I still think it's worth it. But if someone thinks that it's not worth it, then they're free to just wait until at least 1 or 2 more acts are added. To make it worth it for them. I know I will do a few playthroughs and $60 for Baldur's Gate 3 definitely seems fun to me. It is quite a heavy price because that's the full price, that's the price on release. So the game will release with this price. They've decided to not get the price lower before launch. I mean, if the money that people spent on the early access gets put into further development and helps them make the game better, I think it's worth it for people who want to support the game. Not everyone would want to support the game this early, but I have faith in the studio, because with the Divinity Original Sin 2 they've proven that they can do a decent game in the genre. I think it's using the current engine, maybe slightly improved engine. Visually it looks like Divinity Original Sin with some improvements in Divinity Original Sin 2. So many people didn't like Divinity Original Sin 2, I personally liked it. And I know a lot of people also loved it. So if Baldur's Gate is gonna be much bigger and better than Divinity Original Sin 2, I just can't wait to see it. Even if it has to be early access for a while. I think it's good. I mean, I don't recommend it to everyone to get it in early access. I would recommend for most people to just wait, maybe until 2-3 more acts are added. Let's say the game has 3 acts. I think at that point it probably would justify the price. So maybe wait for them to add Act 2, to add Act 3, and maybe after that I would recommend it. But if you're a fan and you just want to play it early, and hopefully they would listen to the feedback, then maybe that's gonna be nice. I will definitely do a stream. I will definitely stream, and I'm also gonna do a video. I'm gonna do first impressions video. It's not gonna be a review, because I don't do reviews for early access games. In fact, I don't actually do reviews. I do first impressions, and I would give you pros and cons and things like that, but that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna call it a review. I'm not gonna have like give it X out of 5 or X out of 10 mark. Let's do a double HP map. I can't wait though. I can't wait to play it myself and see how it is. And I love the idea that what they've promised is they've promised interaction where the users would be deciding my choices. For example, I encounter an enemy and I have a chance to fight the enemy, to try and persuade the enemy with maybe rolling for strength or rolling for dexterity or something like that, or to do something else in the dialogue option, and the viewers would be able to decide the choices. You would be able, via some sort of Twitch integration, unfortunately it's Twitch not YouTube, but there will be some sort of integration, unless they make it for YouTube as well. But there will be that type of integration where you could decide the streamer's choice. Yeah, I would definitely say what I think, whether I would recommend early access. I would actually, instead of saying whether I would recommend early access, I would say who I think I would recommend early access to, who the Baldur's Gate early access is for. Because it's not for everyone. Early access in general as a thing is not for everyone. All those people who make reviews and leave unhappy comments about early access in games just shouldn't play early access and should just wait until a game is ready. And then if they want to leave a negative review of a game, rather than give the developers constructive criticism, do that after the game has been launched. If a game is in early access, the best thing you can do instead of making a negative review is to just send the developers some constructive feedback that they can take into consideration. I mean, there's feedback of the sort I don't like this, it's shit, and there's feedback of the sort I don't like this is shit because this makes me feel like that, and that makes me feel like this, and things like that, where you explain what you don't like, why, and what you think could be done. So most of the comments, for example, for Torchlight 3, most of the negative comments do have some sort of constructive criticism or certain mentions about the things they don't like, but some of them are very vague. Some of them just say I don't like the combat, some of them say I don't like the skill system, without saying anything in detail. Although there are definitely some reviews, for example, for Torchlight 3 right now on Steam that do give extensive detailed information about what the people don't like. But I think Steam needs to change its way of handling early access. It shouldn't allow people to review the game, it should just allow them to do feedback without positive, negative, thumbs up, thumbs down. But just something that stays there as feedback. Until the game is launched, I don't think the thumbs up, thumbs down system should be in place for a game in early access. because it could be very confusing. Could be very confusing, and especially when you see someone with 2 hours in the game leaving a negative review. How would you know whether you like the game in 2 hours? You've not even leveled up a bunch of skills in 2 hours to see. For a game like that, I mean, there's definitely games where 2 hours in the game I would know whether it's worth it or not. But I don't think Torchlight 3 is that type of game where you would know in 2 hours whether you like it. And I think the same about Baldur's Gate 3. Rflex, welcome to my Twitch channel, welcome to the Struck Club, nice having you here. Thank you for the follow very much, appreciate that. But yeah, I don't think Baldur's Gate would be that type of game as well, where in just 2 hours you would know whether you like the game or not. It's just, there's just so much stuff under the surface that you don't get to unlock until later on in the game. And 2 hours into Torchlight 2, even on the test realm, you're not gonna see too much. On the test realm you could have some sort of an idea about how a level 40 something hero feels. So in a way it's good to have that test realm. In fact, the way I think ARPGs would be made, I would love for ARPGs to be made in such a way where when you create a hero, you are given a chance to try max level version of that hero in some sort of sandbox testing grounds. Try that hero, try the different skills, and then start the story. I think some games like Lost Ark do something similar. I'm not sure if it was Lost Ark, but I think Lost Ark did something similar, where you start with the max level hero with all sorts of abilities and stuff, and then eventually after a few minutes you go back to like level 1 without all the skills and abilities. I know a few MMOs have done this, kind of giving you in the first quest some sort of a preview of what's to come for this class. I think ARPGs could really benefit from something like that, to give you some sort of not preview, but hint to hint at what you might do with the build, with not with the build, with the class. One type of build. I mean, there's many builds, of course, that you can do. Thankfully, with Torchlight 3 right now you have a preview of all the skills on character creation. You can see all the class skills, you can see all the subclass skills back to back next to each other before you make a choice, before you decide that that's the class and subclass you want to make and play. But yeah, there are things that could be done. Of this book again. I'm actually surprised how fun playing this build is. I expected this to be very weak. I mean, it's definitely not as strong as a Bane train conductor with miasma, but damn, this is pretty fun. Come here. Get over here. Should I try and do the scorpion voice? It's a little bit too late maybe to try and do it. But yeah, I love the sucky skill, the vortex bomb. In any game, that's my favorite type of skill, regardless whether it's a melee version of it or a range version of a caster, like anomaly in Wilson, for example. I love skills that pull the enemies into a black hole, into a vacuum, into a certain place, and just group them up for AoEs. It's nice to prime them for AoEs. And yes, level 60 is the max level, but you get 70 skill points now. So there was supposed to be a patch today, but it got delayed because it needed a little bit more tweaking. It didn't pass QA. If it passes QA tomorrow, we're gonna get the patch tomorrow. If it doesn't, I'm fine with waiting some more, as long as they fix some of the the annoying bugs, like bugs that prevent you from using a skill that's super important to your build, which could be, for example, revolt, or for example the movement skills, like shadow step, ghost visage, all sorts of things. Till next week. Last I checked, it wasn't next week, but let's see. Maybe there's a new announcement. Okay, the upcoming patch has been delayed to next week. As tribute for this news, we post these burps. Okay, I'm gonna share this. You have to see this. Discord. Where's my Discord screen? Discord. You have to see this. That's a very nice apology. All right, that makes things good. Uh, I can wait a bit. Okay. I'm fine with that being delayed. The thing is, I wouldn't be able to do Snowstorm, my two Snowstorm builds. I've got two Snowstorm builds left, one on the Forged and one on the Realm Master. Apparently Snowstorm has been fixed, but I don't think it's on the test realm yet, unless they pushed a new build on the test realm where Snowstorm is fixed. But they did confirm the other day that Snowstorm is working and will be coming fixed on the live server with the next patch. So the patch being pushed for next week could be good news for some of us, it could be bad news for some of us. This keeps happening on builds with summons, on the poison build. Whenever I play a poison, a Bane build, this keeps happening with the HP of the enemy. Some sort of desyncing where on my screen the enemy is in low HP, almost dead, and then a few seconds later or a second later the game updates me and tells me, okay, that's not true, the enemy is still alive, you need to do some more damage. It's a little bit confusing, honestly. But you saw how it was yo-yoing. You saw that yo-yo effect of the enemy's HP. But well, I can enjoy this build, and that's the best part of it. So this weekend I can probably do some more. Maybe I can do the Snowstorm builds later. I still have something to do on Friday. So we'll see how it goes then. But I'm thinking of spending tomorrow's stream on a different game, and maybe Friday on a different game, and maybe during the weekend I can test if they've added Snowstorm's damage into this one. If someone is playing a Snowstorm build on the test server and it's already working, do let me know. I would love that info. I can always check it later on a different hero. I think I had another hero here that has Snowstorm, like my Dusk Mage, my Icicles Dusk Mage.
Your pet has returned.
You must gather the party before venturing forth.
Tough choice, but let's do uniques. I think uniques give a little bit more XP when you kill them. And that was compared to the other champs. The same way they give more fame as well. right now I don't really care much about the fame here. I've got enough of it on this server. I still wouldn't mind some more legendary items for certain builds. For example, the Bone Razor here. I could use a Bone Razor to try. Alright, nice. And hi Wumit, thank you for being here again, welcome back. Also Marvin, thanks earlier for telling me about the announcement on Discord. But yeah, I think it's reasonable. When something, when there's a lot of bugs to fix, I'd much rather get things delayed and get them when they're ready instead of them rushing as unfinished version, unfinished build. That's good enough for me. We can wait some more. We're not in such a hurry. At least I am not in such a hurry. I wanted to go back to Whitebound because there's been new heroes, or maybe it has been delayed. I don't remember whether the heroes landed. I remember them delaying the wolf pack, and I haven't checked the last few days whether the wolf pack update has landed. But I could probably go back to Whitebound, but I also need to go back to Divinity Original Sin 2 and finish my playthrough. So those days I'm probably gonna find some time to do that. If Snowstorm is fixed, I can play the Snowstorm builds in the weekend and level those up and make them as build videos. Alright, there we go. And boom. And there we go. I think right now one of the more annoying bugs in the game is the one that happens with charge skills. Charge skills consuming more than one charge. Charge skills getting their cooldown stuck. And I also noticed bugs with Blazing Pillar. While recording footage, Blazing Pillar, instead of 50 energy, consumed 100 energy. All the way from here, boom, down there for a single cast of Blazing Pillar. Then the next time I cast it, instead of from here to here, it went from here to here. which was definitely a bug that sometimes causes Blazing Pillar to cost double, sometimes to cost half. I didn't have any energy cost reduction items. And I think this probably made itself into my build video. I think some of the footage I included in the Pyromancer build video maybe shows this happening. I didn't pay attention too much when I was cutting the salami. That's what I call the videos. Me cutting my footage that I've recorded and arranging the parts. I call it cutting the salami. But yeah, that's my editing lingo. So really didn't pay attention when selecting the cuts whether it made itself into the build video, but it probably did. There we go. By the way, Klaus, if you're still there, I'm not sure if you're an Eat Brain fan, but this last Eat Brain podcast from Red Pill was pretty decent. Some nice double drops there, some nice double drops of tracks from his EP alongside other tracks, and a bunch of other good stuff. I listened to that podcast last night while leveling up after my stream. Wow, so many greeny greens. This brings back memories though, playing Bane with Cyclone mode. It brings me back to like a year ago where I was making that shock and poison build, or poison and shock build, where I was using rapid fire and Cyclone mode as a hybrid build to proc the spread of death. Back then Bane's spread of death was slightly different than this one, but it still had those missiles shooting in different directions, even though Bane back then was actually a relic weapon rather than a relic or a subclass, which it is now. But yeah, this update is gonna be update 15. And I think my shock and poison was either from update 7 or from update 9. Can't really remember. Let me quickly check. It probably was from update 7. Yeah, must have been from there. Okay, let's do this boss. Oh, look, my friends, the bots are back. Let's get rid of the bot. Just give me a moment. I need to ban this bot. And I need a... Just wanna clear the screen from that annoying chat message. There we go. It's clear now. Those bots, I haven't seen them in a while. I was wondering where they went. I was wondering where they haven't been here for like 3 weeks maybe. The bots that spam scam website links. Alright, this map doesn't have a boss. I'm gonna do something quickly. I'm gonna show you what I do in cases like those. This is what I do. What was the name of the map? Pure of Death. And it was Watchdog Alpha. Was this the version 96247? Let me check. The version is 96257. Okay, need to change this to 257. And then I submit this, and boom. I would have forgotten. If I didn't do this now, I would have forgotten to do it later. So I'd much rather do it now. So now I have to go back to character selection. Because there's no going outside of this map. It won't let me make a portal because it's Fazir, and there's nothing to kill me. And yeah, unless I kill the boss which didn't spawn, I can't get out of the map. Okay, next. Do I need this? Shock boats? I probably don't. Cooldown for Vortex Bomb sounds very tempting to me. Damage with Vortex Bomb. But I want the crit damage there. I think I can now wear this thing. Launch, okay. Yeah, no upgrades yet for the gear. By the way, what's this thing doing here? I don't need it, it's just taking space. I think my next upgrade is around level 50-51. Let's do the next map. Is it a boss fight? Oh no, not yet. Unique's Gear Waki. That was the buggy map. The Unique's Gear Waki. Although it was a different name, wasn't it? Oh, Gloomy Trail led to that boss name. So this is the map before the boss map. I'm gonna do... I think this one might be fine. They definitely did a lot of work on spider maps. I've only seen one broken spider map since this patch. So that's fine. What's the time? 20 minutes past 11 p.m. We'll see. I might continue leveling this tomorrow, but I've got like an hour and 10 minutes, 20 minutes left of streaming here. And I don't feel like staying up until 2:30 in the morning again. I can probably just finish the leveling this, and instead of putting this build tomorrow, I could put it the day after. Or I can level this one tomorrow. If I wake up early, I can just level this one up tomorrow. Might be better to go to sleep early and then just level up the build before making the video. I can still make the video tomorrow, because I just need another 1 or 2 hours of leveling after my stream to get level 57. By level 57 I would be able to see if the build is good. I can already tell the build seems fun and there's a lot of survivability if I stack good defense bases. If I don't stack good defense bases, I'm not gonna have as much survivability. But I'm loving the damage so far. And my Siphon mode is not even maxed out. If I'm not mistaken, it's one level before it gets maxed out. So pretty soon. Damn, they silenced my vent skill. I can't vent. Okay, now I can. This is a little bit annoying, getting Stormbringer in a poison map. There we go. Look at all the look at all the whitening on the ground. So much Stormbringer. But it's a Stormbringer map. But yeah, Bane Forged. Fun little robot with a lot of spiders and with those automatons. I just wish that Poison Dart would summon mechanical spiders, those custodians. Would have been so nice if I can get Poison Dart to summon one, and with the venomous with the white maw to summon 3 or 2. Wait, is it just me or is tier? Oh no, it's not broken. It's a bit hard to see it, but he does explode. Tier 3 Cyclone mode does work. It's just hard to see it, but there are those explosions, you see? Explosion. It's like a fire nova, but a little bit more dirty than the fire nova. A little bit browner rather than orange. So instead of just fire, it's fire and dirt in the explosion. I'm not sure how I survived there, but okay. I managed to somehow. Taking so much damage on this map, and it's the fucking poison hazards from the spiders and from the custodians on the automatons maps. Those are overpowered. They seem to have nerfed blazing, and that's a very good change for them to nerf blazing. I think the next step now to make things enjoyable would be nerfing the poison hazards, the ones that go on the ground from spiders, the fire spider hazards as well, and maybe nerf some other things like I think Stormbringer needs to change. Instead of bringing a bunch of little projectiles, to just bring one big projectile. Like one this big projectile when it's Stormbringer that you have to avoid. Or maybe two, not that big, or three. Let's say one here, and one here, roughly that size. Could be a good way to do it. But Stormbringer could be super overpowered on a Stormbringer map if you get stunned or if you don't dodge it on time, and there's like 3 or 4 of them landing on the exact same spot where you are. But yeah, in the same spirit they've nerfed blazing. It would be nice to see some other things nerfed. And now I'm probably gonna die because I don't have potions. And this map is just overpowered. Stormbringer, poison spiders, plague bearers everywhere. I'm gonna try and let my spiders do the killing. Nice, they did it. I'm gonna need to go get potions. In dire need of potions right now. So where do I invest my next points? Do I go Arachnitus out? Do I go 8-legged allies, or do I get power projection for the block chance, or this for damage to relic skills? I'm probably gonna test Arachnitus out maxed out. I've never tested level 10 Arachnitus out. I've always stopped at 3 or 6. And I wanna test it. Might not get another opportunity to test it soon, so let's just use this one. And Womit, if you're still there, thanks for stopping by again, dude. Wait, is my mic? Oh yeah, my mic is broadcasting. I was wondering whether my mic could be muted again. I'm gonna just test it again. No, it's not muted. It's not muted. Just because sometimes it happens, my mic glitches, and until someone tells me that there's no voice, I don't realize it.
Oh, are you sure?
pet
And I'm talking without realizing. I don't think this happened today, but just wanted to make sure it didn't. Blazing spiders. Let's do it. Last Epoch just posted an article on Steam refining skill respects in patch 7.10. Last Epoch really needed a change to how skill respecking works to make it a little bit less grindy. I'm wondering what they're doing. I might read that article later after my stream to see what they're gonna be doing to the game. Come on. Could probably rush this map. I'm not gonna get much XP from this map. There's just not enough density.
that spell gear.
Nice. Okay, let's do it like that over here. Do that. Wow, look at all the fire, all the flames. Pretty blazing. All the fire, so much stuff happening. Constantly getting stun walked or knockback walked. Okay, I'm gonna group them up first. Nicely like this.
It's rigged.
There we go.
You can't cast that spell gear.
Wow, keep getting bloody
That spell
knockback walked. I'm just gonna end this map and start the next one. It's just not fun playing with that many enemies that can knockback walk me. Let's keep moving. See, they keep interrupting my... They keep stunning and interrupting my venting skill with those knockbacks. I'm in the middle of doing my venting animation and they somehow interrupt me in the middle of it. I even hear the sound, the venting sound, but I don't see the hero venting because he gets knocked back. I mean, if I press Vent Vortex Bomb and it starts doing the animation, it should complete it, unless I do a movement skill to interrupt it. Alright. Let's see which boss we are gonna get. Another spider.
You can't cast it.
Thankfully, you see, with the physical spiders it's much better compared to the poison. The poison spiders were so much difficult to do. On this one it was okay. It was very nice to do this fight compared to the previous one with the poison spider. And it wasn't the poison spider boss, it was the small poison spiders that were on the side shooting those poison hazards that remain on the ground. That made the previous fight harder to do. Okay, what's the next one?
If you think you can take it,
Strong Tusk,
Your pet has returned.
Shriekbeak or Squawk Quo? Well, maybe trying Shriekbeak might be a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Oh, I forgot to equip new items. I should have a better weapon available. I'm level 50, I should have a 53 or 52 that I can wear. I'm pretty sure there is at least a 53 somewhere in the storage that I could have equipped.
You can't cast
Now I'm silenced and I can't heal. It was just about to do power projection and then boom, silence.
You are dying.
I don't have a potion. Shit, how am I gonna do this without? Oh, now I do. Wow, did you see that? It went from 0 to 16 to 1 potion on the side. Like it was showing me 0, then suddenly it shows 16 and it changed the thing to the electric potion and then it showed it to 1. What's my real potion count? It's 0, okay. Let's check my storage for a better weapon. It's about time we upgrade. We need that upgrade. Can upgrade this. Although chance to knockback doesn't really go well with this build, so I'm gonna have to change that one. More block. More defense. There's the weapon I was waiting for. Level 53. And I think that's it for the upgrades I can get at this point. Need to wait until 54 or 55 for the next one. Alright, let's do the next map.
I did not. But can you do it?
Gauntlet. And it's goblins. Ooh, nice. Goblin gauntlet. How many levels can we get in this map? This is the question now. Should I squeeze this map? It's gonna get boring. I'm warning you, this might get boring. Oh, actually this might not be the best map, but it's goblins, so you never know. It could actually be good. Because there's gotta be a lot of density here. So it's a level 53 map. I can stay in this map until it starts lagging. I'm gonna stay in this map until it starts video lagging. So let's squeeze it dry until there's too many enemies and the game starts dropping the FPS. I think I can get at least 2.5 levels before this happens. We got 51. If I can leave this map at 53 and it still didn't start lagging, it's gonna be great. Got the quest done. And vacuum. And vacuum. And vacuum. And so much vortex. There we go. I wish they would add more mech summons though. We only have those 6 explode bots and that's it. So even though this is called Mechromancer, it's summoning a lot more spiders than it is summoning mechanical creatures. Go this way first. Okay, throw this. Alright. Oh, they're already respawning. Look at that, I'm already almost 52 and I just started this map a few minutes ago. Like, it hasn't been even 10 minutes since I'm there. I've already gotten like a full level's worth of XP compared to when I started and now. Such a good map. Should I go back here? Maybe they've respawned. No, wrong way. Should have gone this way. I need to figure out the pattern of how they spawn on this map. Once I do, I can just take turns between one spot and the other. Forged Can't Host, welcome back to my channel. Nice seeing you again. This might not seem like the greatest gameplay, especially when I'm just farming a repeatable, not repeatable, but respawn map. But yeah, this seems like a fun build to play. Weird synergy, I mean Forged and Bane. It's not like a synergy that many would go for. But when you think about it, you get so much defense boosts. You get power projection 50% defense, you get poison nova 50% defense, and you get miasma another 50% defense buff. So if you have good defense base, like items that give you defense of any type, that can get pretty strong with the total of 150 extra you can get, and that's excluding excluding pet stuff. You can get 25% from one pet skill, and then there's the 25 from the pet aura, which is permanent as long as the pet is nearby, if you don't need the crit pet aura. So you can be very defensive with the Bane. It's not the same as a Blood Drinker where you have damage reduction and healing. Here instead of that you're focusing with that combination on the defense, and you would need a very strong defense base to get the most out of this. Okay, if I get one more level in this map, I can probably leave. Although, as I said, I'm probably gonna stay until it starts video lagging, until the FPS drops. Normally in those respawn enemies maps, after a certain amount of enemies has been killed, the game starts glitching and dropping frames until you leave the map. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay until this time, regardless whether I get another level or not. Whenever it starts bugging, I'm gonna leave the map. Let's see. Upgraded Spider Queen. I wanna see max level Spider Queen, max level Arachnid Assault. Cause I've never tried it at max level. I'm wondering what the pattern of respawning in this map is. I think it's here, then here, and then eventually south, after I clear those spawn points. Did those there respawn? I think maybe those here might have already respawned. But the thing I've noticed on maps like this is they don't start respawning after the first hit, after the first time you kill a certain room's enemies, until you stay near that room, until you return in the room. So if I stay in one room for like a few seconds, they're gonna start respawning. But I'd rather clear what has already spawned instead of wait. Let's see what's here. I wanna check something. I wanna check my defenses. 66.8. Wait, that didn't change anything. It didn't give me extra defense. 63.4. Okay, 63.4. Let's see my defense now. 19,000. Let's do for this and this. From 19,000 to 40,000. Damn, that's like double my defense. But I used 150%, yet it gave me around 100%. Maybe there's a limit of how much defense extra you can get. I'm gonna try and use each one separately. So from 19,000, just with miasma, it's 26,000. This one is 26,000. If I add the poison nova, it's 33,000. So it's a diminishing returns from what I'm noticing here. That's how it seems to be. With the percent defense buffs. So when you have 150% defense from the 3 defense buffs, you actually get around 100% extra rather than 150. Which is still a good amount of defense. I mean, imagine yourself with fully socketed armor and maybe stacking poison and going into a poison map. And you can probably get maxed out on that poison damage reduction from resistances. But there definitely are some diminishing returns there. It's definitely not as good as the Shocknado Vortex, damage-wise. The Shocknado Vortex was much quicker to kill stuff. So if someone wants a spin to win build, I would still suggest the Shocknado version rather than this one. Shocknado Vortex 2.0. The best spin to win version I've tried so far. I think even the Punch bot Drainer what done with spin to win wouldn't be as good as the Shocknado one. Okay, those are sorted. Almost level 53. Maybe after level 53 I can leave that map, even if it hasn't started wagging. Although it's such a good map though, it's such a good map for leveling up, I mean... The XP per minute I'm getting here is pretty amazing. I'm gonna return to this room in a moment, I wanna clear the red areas. Rather clear the initial response first. Over here. Alright, this one's sorted. Alright. Take it all, there we go. 400, 300 more XP. And there's constantly goblins coming out of there. Oh, they're already down. Look at how many. Oh, I wanna get those in a bunch. Look at this, look at this. And open. Boom. They're falling like dominoes. Look at that. Nice. And come on, there we go. Come on. Spawn some more. Disaster is back. Yeah, I decided to go Forged Bane because the other two options are the Snowstorm Cold Heart Forged and the Snowstorm Cold Heart Slammer Realm Master. And Snowstorm I think is still broken, but they have confirmed that with the next patch it will be getting fixed. If they fix it on the test realm, I can make the builds. If they don't, I'm probably gonna wait and play something else until the patch. But this build coming tomorrow, it has been confirmed that the patch is delayed until next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere around there most likely. Whenever the patch is ready, we can receive it. For now, we can just wait. And this is actually pretty fun, because Disaster, I was talking about this earlier to the Struckwop, but you maybe weren't here then. But you can get 3 different buffs that give you 50% defense with this build. Power Projection gives you 50% defense for 8.8 seconds. And I can increase the duration if I want to, if I level up more into it. Then Poison Nova gives you for 6 seconds 50% defense, and Miasma gives you, as long as you can keep it, depending on the energy, another 50% defense. That's diminishing returns with 19,000 defense. When I have all 3 of them active, I get 40,000 defense. But it's still great. I mean, it's doubling your defenses. What more could one want? So it's a nice synergy. I just wish Poison Dart would summon poison spiders, the mechanical poison spiders, or scorpions, even better. If it can make mechanical poison scorpions that shoot poison bolts from their stingers, from their tails, it would be pretty nice. But yeah, I would like to see poison automatons that are ranged, with poison darts to get 1 of them summoned, but if you get this item, to get 3 of them summoned. So the amount of poison pools to be equal to the amount of poison automatons. This is the way I would like for this skill to be changed. And they already have the model. They already have the 3D model of the poison mechanical spiders from Act 3 and Act 2 actually. The custodians, I think is what they were called. So if they make us summon poison custodians, or maybe make an entirely new one that's not a spider but like a scorpion and is ranged, it would be even better. And then the Forge would have a summoning skill. Cause it's the only class that doesn't have a summoning skill. Mages have Spirit Well, Sharpshooters have Shasta and Goblins. And the Realm Master has Trains, and it also has Ancestral Spirits from Ghost Train and Ancestral Spirits from Flying Pigs. But this one only has the shoulders to go for. It only has the Mountain King and Woods Beast shoulders for summons. And you can't get full set on both of them. Or maybe you can actually. You actually can get full set on both of them. If you equip 3 pieces of one, including the shoulder, and then 3 pieces of the other, excluding the shoulder, and then swap the shoulder in the Legendarium, you can get 2 Goblin Hounds and 6 automatons, but I would never suggest anyone to do that, because it's gonna be losing a lot of damage. If you wear a set chest and set Woku Motion for the Woods Beast set, together with the Woods Beast Hatch, you're not gonna get a lot of flat damage, and that's gonna be losing you damage. So I wouldn't suggest going for that. It's not worth the 2 Goblin Hounds. Just to get 2 Goblin Hounds, it's not gonna worth it going for such a playstyle. But it's doable. In theory, you can do it. You can get that combo of 6 automatons and 2 Goblin Hounds. But it's one of the weirdest combinations. yet it's super fun. Although it's probably boring because I've already done spin to win multiple times. I've already done cyclone many times, and yet I'm probably gonna leave this map now. I've overstayed my visit in this map, and it's gonna start wagging, dropping frames soon if I don't leave it. But well, I almost got 2 full levels, actually almost 3 full levels. If my XP reaches here, that would be 3 full levels in that map. So more than enough. And boom. Okay. So I should be able to equip some better items soon. Let's see. Hello Archpole, nice to see you again. Welcome back, Jude. How have you been? Oh yeah, that's the weapon upgrade we've been waiting for. I think, yeah, this seems to be the one for 54. Unless there's something stronger that I'm missing somewhere there. Is there? Oh, never mind. I can already wear this. And thankfully no more chance to knock back, so that's decent. Which one was it? This one. I always keep a cannon with me in case I decide to SWAT. In case I decide to put this in the legendarium. I mean to unequip it, to get it from the legendarium and equip a cannon. I still don't know whether I want damage from the cannon or whether I want to use the cannon just for poisoning. Right now I'm using the cannon only to poison with poison darts, so I don't have to rely on my gear to have chance to poison. That's the only reason right now for it. Oh, look at this goodness. Defense, defense, fire defense. Bring on the blazing now. Oh, and I can equip something better defense-wise already. I'm gonna do it in a different way though. I will go back to the first page. Put this 49 here. And then equip this. Okay, let's move on. Any skill points unspent? Not yet, I guess. Fair to middling. Interesting. Is that some sort of expression? Because it's the first time I'm seeing that middling. Let me look it up. Fair to middle. I'm looking it up. I'm honestly right now googling this. Fair to middling describes something that is average or only slightly above average. Okay. Originally referred to gradations of quality in cotton, sheep, and other farm goods. Interesting. Uh, the things I learned from the Struck Club members. There's definitely some weird things I can learn from you folk out there. I gotta remember this expression and use it sometime myself. Let's see. Boom. They're too spread out, so I'm trying to group them up with vortex bombs. And even though I have shit tons of fire defense, I almost get killed in an instant from those AoEs. So right now I've got 31,000 without the buffs. If I do two buffs, I get 39,000 fire. And even that's not enough. With the 70% melee damage reduction and this resistance, those fire fields are pretty heavy. They did very well to nerf blazing, but there's other things that still need the same treatment. And that's the fire fields. The poison field that is left when enemies die, the poison spider hazard as well. Someone mentioned something that the devs said on stream, that they want us to be able to take 3 hits from bosses and not be one shot. But right now there's a bunch of things that can one shot us or kill us in under like a second before we can even react. So yeah, I think if they address this, it's gonna be much more enjoyable to actually start seeing results from investing into a certain defense and resistance, rather than still getting killed in an instant when you're stacking as much defense as you can at your current level and gear capacity. Let's clear this part here first. I'm gonna group them up over there. Does this guy say look out in the spell breaker? That's what it sounds to me where it says, look out. It could be Uha. Alright. Oh, this mimic didn't follow me. I activated it expecting it would go with me towards the other enemies. Alright, big spider up. We're seeing battle of the spiders. My spiders against the enemy spiders. This one was a nice shot. But yeah, this is a very nice battle mage summoner. Although there aren't that many spells, but I'd like to think of this poison nova as a spell. So in a way it's like a mage, but not really. But yeah, let's say a battle, a close range summoner archetype, something like that. Not a battle mage, but a battle caster. Bruiser caster hybrid. Maybe would be the best way to call it. Or brawler caster hybrid. Because the brawl tree. Normally bruiser I associate with two-handed weapon berserkers kind of rather than tanky ones with shields. But yeah, brawler caster hybrid with summons. We've got poison dart as well, pretty nice. Even though I only use it for the poison, it's still a good one. It's weird that this requires heat to use. It's one of the weirdest things ever on the Forged. For power projection to require heat and to not be able to use it when your heat is full before venting. I mean, to not require heat but to cost heat maybe is the better thing to say it. Thankfully they removed the heat cost of ramming robot. I think power projection needs the same treatment to not cost heat. Just to have a cooldown. It's more than enough to have a cooldown on the skill. Why does it need a skill heat cost as well? If it has like how many seconds cooldown? 20 seconds cooldown. Base. I've got it down to 18 with the passive. Although I gotta admit sometimes it has helped me build my heat quicker to use a vent right after. But I still think it would be much more user friendly if it doesn't cost heat to cast power projection and just the 20-second cooldown there. I need to pick this one up, it could be a decent one. I don't have much locomotions left over, because the only ones I've got are from other forged I've leveled. 2 more points here and then I might respec and remove all the points from Arachnid and just keep 3. But I do wanna see it maxed out for once.
Cast that spell here.
Alright, nice. There we go. Should I go straight for the boss while my miasma is still going? Maybe it's gonna be a good decision. I'm not gonna fight those up there. And my miasma, and it's over. Maybe I should have stayed up there.
You can cast that spell here.
Nice. Can I do another map? Maybe let's do another last map for today. It's 24 minutes past midnight. I'm definitely gonna have to spend some time leveling up tomorrow this build when I wake up, or I would have to do it right now after I end my stream, but we'll see. I'd rather do it tomorrow. But it's not much, it's like 3 levels left, so after this map it probably would be a little bit easier, a little bit less left, so let's do that one. Berserking 10 we can do. I'm gonna do the goblins just because there's a lot of density, a lot of XP. I could probably get 2000 XP from this map, maybe 1.8. There we go. Okay, here we go. Boom, vacuum. I'm loving this vortex bomb. Probably my favorite forge skill. Not that great when the enemies are ranged and spread out and you can't vacuum them together. Sonic Pulse sometimes does the venting animation for no reason, just like that. Like now, I did Sonic Pulse and it did the woo, the venting animation where you're releasing heat. And that happens when using vent skills like Vortex Bomb. Wait, I've missed some parts of the map. Let's go check what's there. Young Togili. Well, young Togili got wrecked. He was too young to get wrecked, but that's how it is in Novice Trail. There we go. Boom. And that's gonna be a lot of XP here. So yeah, I can probably get close to 55 with this map, not bad. The boss is gonna give me like 150, I think, XP or 100 at least. This doesn't seem to be a small map. Pets are doing some help. Even though they're not doing that much damage, they're still doing damage that adds up. And a little bit of extra damage is always welcome. Especially the big spider. The big spider has some okay damage. And she's ready to get summoned again. Just after disappearing, we're already good for another one. I'm wondering what's gonna happen once they fix the bird's eye item. The one that's for when using, I think, power projection, if I'm not mistaken, to get some sort of whitening AoE to nearby enemies. It's gonna be nice for builds like this one, that are close range fighters. this. We're ready for another big spider now. Let's find a good place for it. I'm gonna use it in a moment. Just wanna get them to spawn up. Show your faces, and there. Oh, there's some more elites here, nice. I'm enjoying this so much. And Forged Chaos, welcome to my channel, by the way. How are you today? Just quickly checking if there's an upgrade for me somewhere out there waiting to get used. Oh, nice. And another big spider use. You want this game, but is it worth it? Why does the game get too much hate? Well, too many people are expecting this game to be Path of Exile or Diablo or Torchlight 2, and that's a wrong way of expecting a game to be like other games. It's still in early access, so it's understandable for a game in early access to get hate from people who don't understand what early access is about, and who don't understand that a game in early access is not a finished product. I mean, if you want to play a game that's not finished completely, and there's some bugs and glitches and some things that are gonna change, then definitely early access is not the right game for that type of person. But if you're fine with playing something that's not finished, then it's not a bad game as long as it matches your expectations. Not everyone wants a game like this. It's not a speedrunner's paradise. It's not a Path of Exile type of game where you're speedrunning and killing the whole screen of enemies with one skill and then rushing to the next one and just keeping that momentum. The combat is a little bit slower. You have some breathing room, and the game is designed against speedrunning in the sense where the enemies are not all spawned. So not every enemy is spawned, so you can see right now I'm coming here and there's gonna be some enemies showing up from some places. I'm gonna try and give you an example. Here, see those enemies, they're showing up after I appear, and I can't attack them right away. I need to wait for all of them to show up. Sometimes it takes a while. If you don't give a rat's ass about speedrunning, I would like to ask you a few questions before I finish my stream today, regarding what you want to see in a game, and I can tell you whether this game would be the right game for you. The skill system is very interesting. It gives you some freedom where you don't need to invest in previous skills to unlock the next ones. So you don't have the Diablo 2 Grim Down Titan Quest style of leveling. We used to have it. In the beta and alpha we used to have this system, but then they removed it, which is pretty nice that they removed it. So as long as you reach a certain level to unlock a certain skill, you can start spending points in it. Which is nice because I don't feel the need to invest into skills I don't wanna use, just so I can use other skills. that are after them. So you have 4 classes: Forged, Disc Mage, Realm Master, Sharpshooter, and you have 5 subclasses, which is the relics. So you have Bane, which is Poison, Flaming Destroyer, Fire, Electrode, Whitening, Blood Drinker with Bleeding, and Cold Heart with Ice damage. So all of those give you slightly different play styles, and each relic, each subclass has 5 active skills and 5 passive skills. And there's a template in regards how things are done. Each relic has a buff, an aura, that you can activate, and it drains your energy, and it gives you and nearby allies damage buff, and then based on the relic different things like movement speed, defense, healing, and other stuff. Each relic has a big activation skill. I'm gonna use it now. E is what it is for me, is my hotkey, the way I've slotted it. So this is this big spider. You can do a blizzard, you can do a meteor shower thingy kind of with falling swords, you can do blades spinning around you, but basically a big relic activation power. Every subclass has one. And in order to activate it, you need to spend a total of 200 energy with other relic active skills. And each relic also has a barrier, a defensive skill that doesn't cost energy to use, it's on a cooldown. And it gives you damage reduction or defense or block chance or evasion and so on. So there's a lot of decent stuff. Each class has 2 skill trees. This one has a ranged and a melee. The ranged is a little bit underpowered right now, but each skill tree has 7 skills. Each of the skills has up to 10 levels, and at level 1, actually at level 3, you get tier 1 bonus, which is modifying the skill. At tier 2 you get a passive bonus that modifies the hero itself. For example, this gives me cooldown to forge skills, this gives me damage to relic skills, this can give me chance to block 10% after venting, which stacks a few times. This can heal me for 3% HP on hit with brawl skills with 2-second cooldown. This gives me damage for brawl skills and so on. So the tier 2 bonus on the class skills, not the relic but the class skills, is a general thing for the whole class. And the tier 3 bonus you get at level 10. So at level 3, level 6 and level 10 is tier 1, 2, 3. And the tier 1 and 2 modify the skill itself. For the relics, the tier 1 and 3 for the active relic skills, all of them modify the skill itself. And then you have the 5 passive skills. Each relic has an energizer skill, which can give you up to 25% relic energy charge. Each one has some sort of basic attack version skill that or the class basic item. For Mage Digitus, for Railhammer, for Railmasters, and bow for Sharpshooter, although Forged doesn't have something like that. So for Forged you're gonna have to use whatever the relic requires. And yeah, you have certain proc things. This one is Spread of Death, some interesting procs. Some relics have more procs, other relics have more other things as passives, but in general it's fun. You have 3 acts in the story, so it takes like 10, 12, 15 hours to complete the story, depending how quickly you do it. And you have only one end game, which is kind of boring to me. I think this is the weak link in the game right now, the end game, the post-story activity. I'm gonna quickly talk about this and then end my stream. I'm gonna quickly explain what's happening here. So you start this after you finish Act 3, after you finish the story. And then you get this thing, you build it in your fort as a building, this thing. And then you have a set of challenges. So you can see 1, 2, 3 challenge sets. Each of them has 3 different cards, which gives you a negative modifier and a positive modifier. And then you pick one of them. And then once you finish this, you go to the next one. You do the next one. If you die here, you go back to this one. If you die here, you go back to the previous one here. So that's a checkpoint. If you finish this boss, you unlock the next checkpoint, which adds a negative modifier. This negative modifier applies to all of those here, and you do the same thing. And as you go, you reach different negative modifiers, but you always have one negative and one positive in the cards. And as you keep progressing through those challenges, there's 251 of them, the number of negative modifiers eventually goes to 2 and then 3 on the side. So you start with just 1, but then as you progress, then it's gonna be 2, and they keep changing. So it's a little bit unrewarding because you don't get rewarded by progressing further and further, unfortunately. And this might seem boring to people. It might seem like lack of motivation to do this. You indirectly get a lot of rewards because you farm fame, which gives you fame levels, contract levels, which gives you, it's like a battle pass that is free forever, free for everyone, and you have 3 different ones to choose from with different rewards. And those contracts have 40 levels that you can do to get one shot, one time rewards. And once you reach level 40, there's 9 repeatable levels. So at level 40, this contract starts giving me those rewards. 41, 42, 43, etc. all the way to 49, and then back, it resets back to this one here. And that's kind of the indirect rewards of the end game, because as you keep doing the end game, you keep getting fame by killing champions and looting fame from them, and you get contract levels. There's a lot more to talk about, but you can check my YouTube channel if you want to watch some guides and stuff. But I really need to end my stream right now because it's 44 minutes past midnight. You could wait a little longer. You could wait if you want to get the cheap price. You can still wait right before the game launches. You would still be able to buy it cheaper than the actual price. If what you heard is still not enough to make you play the game, then give it some time and maybe give it another 1-2 months, see how it goes. Right now, not everyone would enjoy what's currently in the game. But yeah, I've got some guides, some like a beginner's guide and things that explain some of the other things that I just didn't cover here. There's a lot of stuff to talk, but I don't have time again, it's too late. You can catch me streaming tomorrow again in the evening, European time evening. But yeah, thanks Truckweb for tuning in on YouTube and on Twitch. Keep it cool until next time, and goodbye from me.